Sit comfortably, take a sigh breath. Welcome to the Karuna Trees YouTube channel. My name is Veda Spidle and this is Gentle Yoga and Sound Healing. For today's class, I recommend that you have 2 blocks, your yoga mat, a blanket or 2. I'm sitting on mine. If you don't have enough blankets, you can always use bath towels or your sofa blanket instead. And also anything else that you need for comfort, especially during śavāsana, during our rest. That's when I'll play the singing bowls. You might choose to have your eye pillow, maybe a pillow underneath the knees, a sandbag for the hips, anything else that you need. If you wish to make a donation, you can make a donation directly to me at paypal.me/theKarunaTree. And that's paypal.me/theKarunaTree. And if you're not able to donate, that's okay. Please continue to practice with us as there's different ways that we're all supporting each other. So sitting comfortably if you're not there already. You don't have to sit cross-legged. You can have the legs out in front of you. You can have the feet to the floor. And sit tall as available. Top of the head over the pelvic floor. Let the eyes close or take a soft gaze. Enjoy a releasing breath. We take these first few minutes of class to settle. Settle into the space that you're in. Allowing any current distractions or any that might arise during your class to fade into the background. Every distraction gives you the opportunity to go further within. Feel yourself in your body. The sitting bones deeply rooted, the spine elongated. The top of the head reaches upwards. Relax at the base of the neck. Let your awareness now rest on the breath. Every inhale, the belly gently expands, navel drops forward, and every exhale, the belly gently draws back. If it's available to you, full deep breath. The inhale builds from the base, the pelvic floor, all the way up towards the throat, as if you're filling a glass of water. And the exhale releases from the throat area all the way down. Breathe within comfort. If the breath is only expanding and contracting the abdomen today, that's okay. If it's comfortable for you, bring the palms together at heart center, a gentle pressure between the hands. And I invite you to join me in 3 rounds of Om. You can use your voice, you can hum, or you can just listen. Let's first inhale together. Let it go. And inhale. The eyes can remain closed. Release the hands to the thighs or knees, palms down. Hinge forward from the hips and begin counterclockwise torso circles, top of the head, drawing circles around the hips. Reverse direction. return to neutral spine. If you're sitting cross-legged, change the cross of the legs, elongate the spine, and again hinge forward, counterclockwise torso circles. Size of the circles are up to you and your body. Reverse direction. And return to neutral spine. Readjust if you need to. We'll be here for a short meditation with a hand mudra, a hand position. For this one, you'll bring the hands together, palms together, and then separate the hands. So, I'm sorry, let's see if that's not confusing. So bring the palms together, so the tips of the fingers are touching, and then once you have that and aligned with heart center, separate only the palms away from each other, fingertips are still touching. So from the top, it looks like this. All right, so fingertips are all touching, palms are separated, and the thumb is in front of the heart a few inches. So we're not actually touching the chest with the thumb. Relax the elbows by your side, sit tall. This is known as Hakini Mudra, and it's good for memory, can help to improve concentration. It's good for students, if you're studying, if you're in school, if you're trying to bring information into the brain, and it's also helpful in calming the mind. We're going to take this a step further, keeping the hands and the body stationary if that's available to you, moving the tongue when we breathe. So the eyes can close. When you inhale, press the tongue to the roof of the mouth. And when you exhale, relax the tongue in the mouth. The lips remain closed. The inhale, tongue presses up to the roof of the mouth. There are said to be a lot of acupressure points there, or pressure points associated to the brain. And then exhale, relax the tongue. If you wish to take this even a step further, as you continue the movement with the tongue, matching that movement with the breath, you can lock your gaze up and in to between the brows, the area of the third eye, but the eyes can stay closed. We'll be here for about 2 minutes. Every inhale, the tongue presses up to the roof of the mouth. Every exhale, the tongue relaxes down. The gaze can be locked in at the third eye. Full deep breathing. About a minute left. Let your mind rest on the breath. So really gentle pressure between the fingertips, about 1 to 2 pounds of pressure. Keep the breath moving. Remember, every inhale, the tongue presses up to the roof of the mouth. Every exhale, the tongue relaxes down. A few more breaths. Release the hands, relax the gaze, relax the tongue. Take a breath or two here. You can use that mudra and that form of meditation at any time. That feels safe for you. When you're ready, bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop open. If you need to, blocks and go underneath the outer edges of the legs. And then have the hands rest at the base of the knees, at the front of the shins, or at the ankles. Retract the shoulder blades, elevate the heart. If you want a little bit more, soles of the feet press together, the knees press away from each other. Drop the gaze to the tip of the nose, close the eyes if you wish, or maybe lock the gaze up again at the third eye. Steady breathing. Slowly open your eyes. I'll mirror you here. Take your right hand to the right thigh, right before the knee. We're going to take a twist, but when we do, make sure you don't press down with the right hand, and instead it's a lengthening of the thigh bone, as if the thigh bone just kept going. Okay, the left hand goes behind you. Inhale, grow tall, and then exhale, twist to the left as you slide the right hand at the angle of the thigh. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, do the same now, just switching the arms. Sit tall, and exhale, twist to the right. Keep the top of the head over the pelvic floor. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, hands can go to the shins or the ankles. Let the pelvis tilt forward, fold forward. Keep the shoulder blades hugging towards each other, maybe hands to the floor, up on the fingertips. Again, soles of the feet can press together, knees can press away from each other to further open up the hips. Do only what feels safe for you. 2 more breaths. When you feel ready, press yourself up, and then use your hands to draw the knees together as if closing a book, and then separate the feet for one-legged windshield wipers. Lean back on the hands, elevate the heart, and drop one knee in and down at a time. Once more with each leg. When that's complete, bring the feet in towards each other, and then bring yourself into child's pose. You'll transition through table. If you need something soft underneath the knees, go ahead and open up your blanket. Big toes touch, knees go wide, sit back on the heels. You can put a pillow between your hips and heels if you need more space in your knee joint, and then come down to the forehead. If you need to, stack your fists, resting the forehead on the fist, or maybe you put your forehead on a block. Relax the muscles of the face. Deep breathe here. Feel the breath expand into the back body and the sides of the body. Now, if you have your forehead supported on the hands, see if you can bring your forehead to the floor or put a block underneath the forehead if needed. Bring the arms out in front of you, up on the fingertips, palms and elbows are elevated. Side stretch, inhale, lift the head and the chest, and then walk the upper body to the right as far as available, and then slowly release down. If needed, forehead can rest on the right forearm. I'm working on the same side as you. We want to feel the stretch in the left side body. Stretch both arms out. Inhale, walk through center, and then over to the other side. Return to center. Take another breath here. Press yourself up to table. Let the breath go. Shoulders are over wrists, fingers are wide, hips are over the knees, tops of the feet to the floor to start. Inhale, tilt the pelvis. We want the tailbone to scoop up, belly drops, heart gaze lifts. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, cow, belly drops, heart gaze lifts. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more. return to neutral spine. Try to keep your spine right now parallel to the floor to the best of your ability. Enjoy a breath here. Then we take a side stretch. Inhale at midline. Exhale, look over your right shoulder and press your right shoulder and right hip together. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale to the other side. Left shoulder and left hip press towards one another. Once more to each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, look over the right. This looks like it's a C curve on the spine. Inhale. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring the legs in towards each other. Widen the hands for your hip release. Level the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, hips to the right. We're not trying to touch the floor. Keep the knees connected to the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Do that twice more to each side. Remember to move with the breath. Elbows can bend if needed. And that's complete. Return to center and child's pose. If at any point child's pose doesn't work for you, you can stay in table or you can take puppy. For puppy, hips are over the knees, upper body bows forward, maybe forehead to the floor. A few more breaths. If you need more time here, you can stay. Otherwise, take another breath. Press the hands into the floor. Bring yourself up to table. Let the breath go as you readjust. Now we build lunge. If you need blocks, please grab them. Make sure that your hands are at the same height and wrists are relatively underneath the shoulders. If the hands need to go out to the side a little bit, that's fine. Tuck the toes under and step the right leg through between the hands. Building lunge. Inhale, back knee floats off the floor. Exhale, extend through the rear heel. Make sure the hips are squared forward. Lengthen the spine. Check in with the quality of your breath. Now you can remain stationary here, or with your inhale, heart reaches forward, spine lengthens. Exhale, straighten the front leg, maybe fold. Inhale, front knee bends, heart reaches forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg, maybe fold. 2 more. Front knee bends, lunge twist. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Belly twists, ribs, shoulders stack, and gaze can follow the top fingertips. Continue to extend through the rear heel. Reach up to the fingertips a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release to lunge. Back knee touches down for low lunge. Front heel stays glued to the floor. You're above the back kneecap. Hips are dropping down towards the floor, but you have the legs engaged. So you're simultaneously hugging the muscle to the bone, pelvic floor is pulling up, and then you're allowing the hips to drop forward and down. Front knee contract past the ankle. Lift the low belly up. Maybe hands come to the top of the front thigh or up to the sky. Heart lifts. Soften the face. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release the hands. Blocks and come up to the highest setting. Glide the hips back, half splits. You can let the left hip be over its knee and then just a little bit back. You're on the back of the right heel. Toes are pulling back towards their knee. Lengthen the spine. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, you can begin to fold. 2 more breaths. Inhale, walk the blocks forward as you rebend the front knee and then go into table. Now a few breaths here. If you have a vinyasa flow you like to take, please take it. If you want to do cat-cows or hip circles, go ahead and do those. Maybe you're taking child's pose. About 4 more breaths. When that feels complete for you, return to neutral table, grab your blocks, and now we switch sides. Build lunge, left leg steps through between the hands, back knee floats off the floor, extend through the rear heel, lengthen the spine. If you moved on the other side, try to move here. Inhale, lengthen even more. Exhale, straighten the front leg, maybe fold. 3 more. Work with yourself wherever you're at. Front knee bends, lunge twist. Inhale, float the left arm up. The gaze follows. Continue to press out through the back heel. Extend up through the top of the head, up through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release to lunge. Back knee touches down for low lunge. Remember, you're resting the back knee above the kneecap. Blocks can come up a little higher if needed. Lift up on the pelvic floor as the hips drop down. Reach the heart up. Maybe the hands float up. And always add a smile to the face. With your exhale, slowly release down the hands. Glide the hips back to half splits. Lengthen the spine. Go to your safe edge, the place where you can still breathe against the tension. If you find that your breath is hindered, you're going too far. Breathe against the edges. Another breath. Inhale, slowly rebend the front knee and then return to table. Few breaths here. Transition in a way that feels good for you. Check in with what poses, stretches that you need. Maybe it's stillness. About 2 more breaths. We all meet in child's pose. Take care to support the head. Relax the muscles around the eyes and the jaw. And breathe. A few more moments. If you're ready to move on, press the hands into the floor, bring yourself up to table, let the breath go. Now take your right hand and place it to the midline. So your right hand goes closer towards the left. You might have the thumbs touching, and step your right foot to the outer edge of the right arm. If you need blocks here, please grab them. Just make sure the hands are at the same height. Back toes tuck under. You can lift the back knee off the floor, or you can keep the back knee down. You can also stay here with the hands or come down to the forearms. Your choice. Right, so if you lift the back knee off the ground, this is strength building. You reach out through the rear heel, extend out through the crown of the head. If the back knee stays down, that's okay. You're still getting the stretch in the hips. Wherever you're at, few more breaths. Relax the jaw. One more breath. The back knee can touch down for a moment as you bring the hands to the floor, to the blocks. Back knee floats off the floor, and then spin the back heel in and down for side angle. You want the front heel to back arch alignment. Now the left hand, I'm working on the same side as you, the left hand will come onto the hip, the right hand can stay in the block, or the right forearm goes to the right thigh. Make sure the right buttock scoops under. Let the heart open. Maybe the left arm to the sky. Breathe. Let everything else fade into the background. Keep the front knee as it is, legs as they are. Inhale, come up, warrior two. Top of the head is over the pelvic floor, gaze is feeling the sensations in the front thigh. And then open the front palm, straighten the front leg, reverse your triangle. If the back hand is on the leg, make sure you're not weight bearing on that hand. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach forward with the right hand for triangle, and then hinge at the hips. Left hand can go to the left hip, or the left arm can reach up. Gaze can be down in the same direction the heart is pointing, or up towards the fingertips. Keep breathing. Let the energy move freely. Now look down. Very slowly bend the front knee. The top hand comes down. If you need your blocks, place them underneath both hands. Keep the legs as they are and walk the upper body out at about a 45-degree angle from the hips. Front knee stays over its ankle. Front knee is still pointing forward. That center line goes to the second toe. You're pressing through the outer edge of the left foot. Lengthen the spine. Check in with your breath. Wide-legged forward fold. As you continue to walk the upper body to the left, straighten the right leg and spin it in. Check that your feet are in line with each other, and then slightly pigeon toe the feet in. Notice here, if you're using blocks, they came with me. Inhale, lengthen the spine. You can stay here, continue to breathe, or exhale to fold, allowing yourself to hang heavy. Maybe the hands go to the floor. Maybe you're holding the outer edges of the shins. Remember, if you're up halfway, stay here. That's okay too. Whichever you're choosing to do, that the breath can move with ease. Breathing deeply. Noticing where you feel a sensation in the body. Prana, the healing life force, it speaks through sensation. If you feel pain, readjust. If you feel stretching, if you feel your body working and opening, hang out with that. 2 more breaths. Now we continue to walk to the left, taking lunge at the back of the mat. The left leg spins, the right heel comes off the floor. Now your hips are squared to what was originally the back of the mat. Lunge twist. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Gaze follows. Extend through the rear heel, up through the fingertips. Exhale, slowly release the hand. Back knee touches down. You can go through your vinyasa if that's in your practice. Otherwise, coming into table, a few breaths here. Move and stretch in a way that feels good for you. Remember, stillness might be part of what's helping you to balance your being. Another breath. When you feel ready, we all meet in table. Move now your left hand to midline. So the two thumb tips might be touching, and step your left leg to the outer edge of the left arm. If you use blocks, bring them over. Hands need to be at the same height. You might stay here, you might go to the forearms, you might lift the back knee off the floor. Notice there's a lot of options, and to choose what is best for you. So we want to feel effort here in the body, but we don't want to be fighting strain. Work within your safety stops. Work within those edges where you can still breathe. Relax around the jaw and the eyes. About 2 more breaths. Now, if needed, the back knee can touch down as you press the hands into the floor of the blocks. Back knee floats off the floor again, and then spin the back heel in and down, building side angle. As a reminder, front heel intersects with the center of the back arch. Right hand can come to the hip, left buttock scoops under, maybe the left forearm to the left thigh. Right arm can reach up, gaze follows. Actively pressing down through the outer edge of the right foot. We breathe. See if you can feel the energy flowing through your body. Move down through the feet. Inhale up, warrior 2. Gaze to the middle finger of the left hand. Feel the sensation building in the front leg. Notice if you feel sensation anywhere else. Open the front palm, straighten the front leg, reverse your triangle. Inhale up. Exhale, hinging at the hip. You're reaching in the direction that the toes are pointing. For triangle, left hand can come to the shin or to the block. And then inhale, right arm to the sky. If needed, right hand goes to the hip. Gazing where it feels right for you. Head is pivoting on the neck. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly release the hand as you rebend the front leg. Grab your blocks if you're using them. Walk your upper body out at about 45 degrees. Check in with your left knee. It needs to be relatively over its ankle. Really important here, the center line of the knee is going through the second toe or between the second and third toe. Lengthen the spine. Relax the jaw. Relax the tongue and breathe. Feel yourself breathing. In challenge, continue to be aware of your breath. Slowly straighten the left leg, spin it in as you walk the upper body to the right. Wide-legged forward fold, check in with your feet. Hips, knees, ankles in line, slightly pigeon toe the toes in. So we slightly turn them in if you're not familiar with that expression. Arms are about shoulder width apart, so are the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. You can stay here or exhale to fold. Maybe this time you can bring your hands to the low back for a clasp, interlacing the fingers, lengthen the spine again, stretch the clasp behind you and fold. Hands can maybe reach up overhead, towards the ceiling or completely up overhead. Shoulder blades are still moving towards the hips. Breathing deeply. Relax the head if you're folded. Slowly release the hands from your clasp. You can return to the floor of the blocks. We all inhale, half lift. Exhale, return to lunge at the front of the mat, spinning the left heel off the floor. The right knee bends, the right toes point forward, hips square. Inhale, right arm to the sky, lunge twist. With your next exhale, release the hand down, back knee touches down. You can go through your vinyasa if you wish. Otherwise, see what else you need. A few breaths. Another breath wherever you are. And the hands press into the floor. Bring yourself up to table. Let the breath go as you readjust. And then from there we come on to our abdomen. If you want to move your support from your knees off to the side, please do so. You can also put that support underneath the tops of the ankles. This will help with supporting the knees. And then use the hands to bring yourself down all the way. Now you can stack your hands, creating a pillow for your forehead. You can also do the same with the forearms. Let's create space in our low back. Lift the right leg off the floor. Extend through the big toe as if someone's pulling on the leg, creating space in the low back. Release the leg down. Do the same on the other side. Lift the left, lengthen, lower. And then rock the hips side to side. And then relax. Just breathe. If this is enough for you for a back bend, stay here. Otherwise, bring your forehead to center on the mat, arms by your sides, palms down. Bring the legs in closer than hip width. Hug them together. Extend out through the toes, the tippy toes, but you're still pressing down through the tops of the feet. Press down through the hands, shoulder blades hug together. Inhale, lift the gaze, the heart. Maybe lift the legs. Keep the integrity in the shoulders and lift the hands. You can always keep the hands on the floor. Keep breathing. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly release. You can let the arms by your sides, palms up, rest on your right ear, or again, create a pillow for your forehead, head to center. Let go for a few breaths. Another breath. If once was enough, stay where you are, otherwise forehead to center. Interlace the hands at the low back for a clasp. Thumb pads press, engage the legs. Draw the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the head, the legs, reach the clasp towards the feet. Keep breathing. Maybe lift the legs a little higher, or press the tops of the feet a little bit more into the floor, depending on which variation you're taking. 2 more breaths. Slowly release. You can drop the arms by your sides, palms up, rest on your left ear, or again, forehead to center. Let go for a few breaths. Feel the sensations in the body. Our practice helps us to tune in. And as we tune in more and more here to ourselves, to our whole being, it becomes easier to tune in and listen to the innate wisdom of our body throughout the day. When you're ready, forehead to center, hands to the floor, press back into child's pose. Go slow. A few more breaths. When you're ready, hands to the floor, press yourself up through table, and then come onto your seat. Open the legs out wide. If needed, please sit up on support. If you need even more support to bring you up higher to support your posture, please do so. You can also put support underneath the knees, especially if you're sitting up high. If bringing the legs out wide doesn't work for you today, that's okay. Bring them in closer and maybe straight out in front of you. Bend the knees as much as needed. Readjust so that your sitting bones are rooted. You can use your hands to move the glutes, the muscles of the buttocks, out from underneath you so you're rooted down through the sitting bones. Hands can rest on the thighs or behind you to start, and then point and flex the feet. And then toes point up, stay here, or a fold forward. Place your hands to the hips, tilt the pelvis forward, and we want to feel the spine follow. Go to your safe edge and then hands to the floor. You might choose here to use your blocks. You can support your forearms with the blocks. We'll be here for about a minute. Allow yourself to sink into the shape. If you have the legs out in front of you, you're folding over the thighs, lengthening the spine. If you need to, you can bend the knees deeply. You can hug the arms underneath the back of the knees, lengthen the spine, let the ribs rest on the thighs, and then slowly let the legs slide out. Maybe they don't slide out today, and that's okay too. Wherever you're at, keep your awareness on the breath. Relax the muscles of the joints of the jaw. Relax the tongue. Keep the spine elongated. You're here for a little bit longer. Breathe into it. Two more breaths. When you're ready, press yourself up. You can move the blocks off to the side, somewhere nearby so they're within reach when you lay down. Use your hands to help bend the knees, feet to the floor for wide-legged windshield wipers. You can move them together or one at a time. When that's complete for you, bring the feet in together. If you're not already at the center of your mat, facing the short end of the mat, go ahead and set yourself up there. We're coming down in one of two ways. You can use your hands to bring yourself down. You can go down using a little bit of core work. In that case, the feet are separated about hip width or a little bit wider, toes forward, hips squared forward. Bring the arms up, retract the shoulder blades by lifting the heart, and then tuck the tailbone and come down one vertebra at a time. Once you're down, take your time. If you're still going, go slow if you can. When you are down, hug the knees into the chest. You can hold around the shins or behind the thighs. Rock side to side. Massage the back. Bring it back to center. Draw knee circles. Reverse direction. And then walk the knees. Use the hands on the knees to pull one in and press one away. Keep the legs fairly relaxed. Let the hands do more of the work here. And then draw the knees into the chest. Maybe the forehead floats up to meet the knees. And then take a full body stretch. Slowly release the arms. Bend the knees, windshield wipers, rock the legs side to side. And next time the knees point up, pause there. Bring the feet in towards each other so they're almost touching. If they're not, if they are, either is fine. And then walk the feet to the right. Glide the hips to the right a few inches. Drop the knees to the left. Hips can stack. You can always put a block underneath the bottom leg in this twist or a block between the knees. And then pivot the head on the neck. And the head goes opposite of the knees. If that doesn't feel good, gaze stays upwards. And we breathe. Inhale, come up. Exhale to midline, and then other side. Walk the feet to the left, hips to the left, drop the knees to the right. And gaze can go opposite of the knees. Let the breath comes and goes with ease. Bring yourself back up to center. Exhale to midline. Enjoy a full body stretch. And from here, moving into bound angle. If you want to put a little bit of support under the head, go ahead. Bring the soles of the feet together. Drop the knees open. If you wish to go straight into your śavāsana shape, go ahead and take that now. The legs can extend, maybe support under the knees. You can also cover up in a blanket or put a blanket across the hip points. Arms by your sides, palms up, cactus or letter T, or even W. We'll be in bound angle for about 2 minutes or so. I'll play the rain stick. If you're already in your śavāsana shape, that's okay too. Take your time, get comfortable. Relax the body. Take a sigh if you need it. Let go. you're in bound angle and you wish to stay there in place of traditional shavasana, you may stay. If you wish to readjust, so you're lying flat on your back or maybe curled into the fetal position on your comfortable side, go ahead and readjust now. Remain connected to the inner stillness as you move. Once you're comfortable, tune into your body, see if there's any other adjustments you need to make. Relax the body. And take a side breath to let go. Awareness returns to the breath. Feel the whole body breathing. Bring back gentle movements as you feel ready. Keep the eyes closed. Wiggling toes and fingers, stretching in a way that feels good for you at this moment. We'll meet lying on our comfortable side in the fetal position. Once you get there, take care to support your head. Deepen the breath. When you feel ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seat, still keeping the eyes closed. And bring the hands together at heart center. With gratitude, we'll close with a single sound of Om. Receive your breath. Bowing head to heart in honor of each other, ourselves, and this practice. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself, supporting each other, and giving me the honor to guiding your practice. Namaste.